Hello YouTube, this is Ben Gessel. How's it going? This video is going to be all about what's it called, things that make you go But I'm going to be doing more than one of these, of course, in the future. In this video, I'm going to talk a little bit more specifically about the Bermuda Triangle, Mothman in West Virginia, Bigfoot, Nazca Lines, Stonehenge, and Easter Island. So again, that list is the Bermuda Triangle, the Mothman, Bigfoot, Nazca Lines, Stonehenge, and Easter Island. So there's websites I'm going to post as well, so you guys can read to your heart's content regarding these kind of topics. But going to the first one here, just www.bermuda-attractions.com. There's interestingly enough, there's a lot of there's a lot of there's enough theories regarding what's happened in Bermuda, within the Bermuda Triangle, such that we can know that it's probably something along these lines, right? But there's thousands of, I wouldn't say thousands. There's at least 20-something different explanations for why so many ships and planes have disappeared in this area. And, they all sound, well, the first several of them sound amazing. More than that. Just going through this, there's a methane gas theory. It has to do with the area within the Bermuda Triangle. Okay. I'm just going to say this. So a large amount of methane gas is known to exist below the ocean floor, trapped in the sediments in the form of methane hydrates. And so if the gas finds its way out and starts rising through the water, it can significantly reduce the density of water in that area. And so, which means when water gets much less dense, things floating on top of it sink. And so you can also have explosions when you have gas released, and you have methane gas, just explosions that can maybe cause planes to crash as well. That right there should explain it. But there are many other explanations as well. The Sargasso Sea, which is interesting, I had a little bit of basic oceanography, and the Sargasso Sea is where basically there's no ocean currents. We'll talk about the Gulf Stream here in a bit, but it's just this, a huge area with nothing going on. And so, if you're, without any propulsion within your ship, no motor, if you're at the mercy of the wind, you could die out there, just, being stranded in the middle of the ocean. You got seaweed all over the place there. And there's also something called, this is interesting, I didn't even know this, hexagonal clouds that form air bombs. You can read more about this, in this website, but very interesting. Of course, the Gulf Stream goes through that area, pushes things way out to where, they get, I don't know, stranded, lost. Something called electronic fog, which is really mysterious. The above reasons sound more scientific to me, so whatever. But the electronic fog is something where this fog just seems to hover around ships and aircraft that get that area, and it just kind of stays with them. So then the ships and airplanes just disintegrate, or they just disappear without a trace. We get these fogs around them. So that's kind of a little weird. And I'm not saying demons yet, but I'm just saying it's not. It's definitely out of the ordinary. Why would that fog just follow ships and planes? Is it electronics that's in there? Some kind of scientific reason why you have fog that forms around something with electronics? I don't know. The compass variation thing, I don't think it's really, I don't know, a huge thing. Lots of crazy weather that happens in this area, of course. Freak waves, unusual seafloor, human error, yeah. And so there's certainly many more theories as well. But, I mean, there's the methane gas theory mixed with Sargasso Sea just being dead kind of area, and hexagon clouds, and actually just methane gas alone is reason enough. That's explanation enough for me in that aspect. So sorry, one sec here. Going on to the next area here, Mothman. Now, yeah, there's a movie that with Richard Gere involving Mothman. Sorry, pardon me for 1 second. I'm just going to fix something here. Sometimes this happens. Sorry, 1 sec. Just a network thing. Anyway, so, okay. So, with Mothman, some of these topics seem more geographical or scientific, like the Bermuda Triangle. Others definitely seem more supernatural to me, like Mothman. If someone is more scientifically minded, they're probably going to go with one of the more reasonable explanations for something like this, the Mothman. Yeah. So just bear with me here for a second. We just to explain real quick. The Mothman is this huge, red-eyed, flying creature. Sometimes it's been illustrated as having kind of an owl-like head, and sometimes it's more like a bat-like head, with black body, black wings, or blackish gray. It has red eyes, very big red eyes. Or sometimes it's more bird-like or something. But so basically, the major theories regarding what this is. It's okay. So, and again, I'll send you guys the link to the website I'm looking at here. But there are some young people, two young married couples that were driving through the area, and they had their they had quite a scare. This thing, they saw this thing, 6.5, 7 feet tall, winged, red-eyed, started following them, chasing them. They drove right to the sheriff's office, and they were panicking. And the sheriff did some searching, and nothing came of it. So, I guess the question is, why would that thing follow them? You'll see why I asked the question in a bit. So, of course, there's a Mothman Festival over in West Virginia, that general vicinity, near Point Pleasant. So, there are certain theories, including the Sandhill Crane. I haven't looked into all these theories. The Curse of Chief Cornstalk, also the Garuda, described as one of the 3 principal animal deities in the Hindu mythology. It's evolved after the Vedic period in Indian history. And the last one is the kind of a reasonable one, but you see why I don't think it's very reasonable. And it has to do with the fact that this thing chased those guys rather than just, you know, doing a mission. And this is that Green Beret explanation of this. Lauren Coleman says in the February 2014 issue, Soldier of Fortune contains an article entitled UFO Mystery Solved. Mothmen were actually Green Berets. Author Harold Hutchison writes that Special Operations Forces near Point Pleasant, West Virginia, were testing high-altitude, low-opening, or HALO, parachuting for use in Vietnam. According to Hutchinson, the jumpers used luminous paint to be seen during the tests. So, why did the jumpers follow the young married couples? Unless the young married couples were, I don't know. Why would they? I mean, they didn't see anything top secret necessarily. They're just testing parachuting. They weren't testing. It wasn't like Area 51. That one top secret UFO area. I'm sure we'll get to that. But I don't think it was a Green Berets. Something like this. If the married couples were telling the truth, or if they were more, because you gotta be very frightened and say things like that. But or maybe I think the fear caused them to say that the thing was following them. But no, saying something was chasing you is pretty specific. I mean, even if you're really scared of something, you still wouldn't say it chased you unless it was actually chasing you. Yeah, that's pretty important. So, no, I don't think it was the Green Berets. So, I have yet to figure out really what Mothman is, but whatever it is, it's evil and it's supernatural. Yeah. If it's real, and it is real, it's been documented, it's real. And the thing has red eyes, and it's big, and it looks really scary. So I'm going to say it's evil, and it's supernatural. But, I'll have to look into what it is specifically regarding these Garuda versus the curse, Sandal Cream. But basically, it's whatever it is. I can say that it's demonic, and of course, anything that's demonic, demons can take various forms and that sort of thing. So it ultimately would boil down to demonic, right? But we can get into all the specifics, after that. So that's my explanation for Mothman currently. But I could look into some of these other theories a bit more regarding their uniquenesses and that sort of thing. So that being said, going to the next subject here, Sasquatch. I can just tell you right off the bat who I think Bigfoot is, but it's not a theory that's very widely shared. But I'm fairly certain that Bigfoot is actually, well, I'm not 100% on this, but more than halfway certain that Bigfoot is actually Cain. Somehow Cain was cursed to never die. But that's, there are many reasons why I would hold to that explanation. But that's probably subject for another video. But Bigfoot is more human-like than ape-like. Certainly, he's basically a human. Just it looks very rough. Looking at this other website, does Bigfoot really exist? It seems a lot of people think so, and may have their own theories on what he is and where he comes from. Hardworking Bigfoot research organizations are trekking through the woods of North America, the rest of the world as you read this. This is 2015. And I've been hearing about this guy for as long as I can remember. So they're trekking through the forests, trying to get to the bottom of the mystery. As of yet, the big guy hasn't given up his secrets. Since no Bigfoot has been willing to come forward, and nobody has ever captured one, how do we really know anything at all about this monstrous man-ape? Man-ape. Sure, there's evidence: photographs, videos, plaster footprints, casts, and a few hair samples, but nothing definitive. Most of our knowledge comes from first-hand reports. Fortunately, people run into Bigfoot all the time, though it seems people without cameras and those with cameras that can't focus very well are more likely to encounter the beast. Kind of like UFOs, maybe. From these accounts and legends, we've pieced together the picture of a large, hairy, bipedal humanoid we call Bigfoot. But shouldn't an 8-foot-tall monster supposedly lurking in every corner of the continent be easier to track down? So instead of having to read all this huge article, I'll leave you to that. You can kind of see how they start out here. So here are the theories. Bigfoot's a rare North American primate, right? Ape-like, right? This is more sciencey, anthropology, kind of thing. So he's just a big beast. He's not very intelligent. Or if he is, he's not human. He's a brute beast, right? Okay. But I've seen the pictures of Bigfoot, and I don't think so. He looks a bit more intelligent than that. There was a show, I can't remember the show that I saw. I was trying to debunk certain theories. Sorry, there's traffic outside. I can't remember. I wish I could remember the name of the show, but they had some very close-up pictures of Bigfoot. I'm pretty sure it was. Whoever this was, it was him. He definitely seemed more like a man to me than an ape. Very, very aware of everything going on. So, Yeti, Bigfoot, sure. I mean, that theory will probably still hold some water, especially in the scientific community, but if it is an ape, it's a pretty intelligent one. Yeah, it's pretty aware of what's going on around him. Pretty able to handle himself. And he never seems to die. He seems to keep, he's plugging away. Because we still keep hearing about Bigfoot encounters. Or maybe there's more than one. That's what they probably say, but I doubt it. Theory number 2. Bigfoot is closely related to humans. Yeah, I would go more with this. From what I know about the creature, the entity, the being. And they go into kind of more anthropology types of reasons why that is, which is kind of interesting. Theory number 3. Sasquatch is an ancient earth spirit. Interesting. But an ancient earth spirit seems a little bit more incorporeal to me. I don't know. But it's still interesting. I'm not denying, this is with ancient earth spirits, whether or not it's, I'm pretty open-minded to that kind of thing in general. It may sound demonic in a way, but I don't know. Earth spirit sounds fairly neutral, of course. I'm inclined to see supernatural entities ultimately as being one way or another, evil or good. But still in the back of my mind, kind of curiosity provoking. Theory number 4: Bigfoot is not from this world. Don't think this is the case. I just don't go that. I'm not really going that direction. But theory number 5: Bigfoot's a myth. No, I don't think that's true either. I'm going with Bigfoot is closely related to humans. Bigfoot is closely related to humans. That's the closest theory, number 2. That's what I agree with most, because, again, this gets into religion and Bible kinds of things. But there's a story that, if you guys are interested, I'll mention the story that, causes me to go this direction more, my way of thinking about Bigfoot. But I prefer if you guys ask the question first, and then I'll mention this probably in messages to that person. It's a bit more detailed, and it's kind of it's easy to misunderstand. I'll put it that way. But so Bigfoot, probably Cain, the son of Adam and Eve. Yeah, that one. Yeah, or at least he's most likely very closely related to humans. I could see the anthropology thing really, but I just don't really physical anthropology. I just because I'm a creationist, I don't really follow that stuff too closely. But anyway, so next one, the Nazca lines. This subject is probably one of the most interesting things we'll talk about here in this video, because, and then the next videos I make about this kind of stuff, there's a lot of topics, a lot of these kind of unsolved mystery kinds of things have to do with American Indians of some sort, or have to do with North and South America for some reason. Not all of them, but many of them do. And a lot of them are North America, so it's nice to have something in South America, in contrast. So, Nazca lines are lines that are huge, gigantic lines that appear when you're flying over a certain area of South America. The lines are drawn in geometric patterns and distinct animal shapes. All kinds of shapes: trapezoids, straight lines, rectangles, triangles, swirls. And sometimes they form shapes of like hummingbirds, spiders, monkeys, other things, aliens, I don't know. So the Nazca lines, and they're in southeastern Peru. About 200 miles southeast of Lima, near the modern town of Nazca. In total, there are over 800 straight lines, 300 geometric figures, 70 ant and animal and plant designs. And they're also called biomorphs. So you guys can read through all this stuff. I'm just going to tell you that what's probably the case with the Nazca lines is that these were worked on for quite some time. I think in the past, way past, in South America. And they were used kind of like Stonehenge, you'll see in a bit. They were created for religious, we'll say religious use, or having water. Yeah. So, okay. It's just very interesting. I'm just gonna go with it's not something that's definitely not something that's naturally created. This is man-made, but it's very curious. And the thing that makes it curious is kind of what every one of these symbols represents, and what did the folks that made these believe, and by which one. And so this article goes into what they probably were used for, but a lot of the stuff has to do with where to find water. I'm sorry. I have to read this one article, one paragraph. Our discoveries clearly showed that the straight lines and trapezoids are related to water, but not used to find water, but rather used in connection with rituals. But they obviously wanted water for their crops and things, and just to drink, I'm sure. So I know that that's one of the huge kinds of things there. Okay. So I think it's very interesting. Very interesting. So, okay. Next little guy here, Stonehenge. This one's actually a little bit more of a slam dunk. We're pretty sure we know what Stonehenge means. Or why were there all these big, rocks in England in a circle? Uh, well, the Welsh burial uh, explanation to me makes the most sense. It's certainly very. It's Celtic, obviously. A lot of people, yeah, you get into the whole Druidic pagan Celtic thing, and a lot of people go there that are, yeah, you know, but it's essentially a Welsh burial ground, or said it was moved from Wales to England. The question is why, right? But that to me seems like the most probable explanation why we have Stonehenge. Um, and I think it's pretty straightforward there about that guy. Um, so far, by the way, the things that to me bother me, not bother me, but the things that to me seem still the most unresolved or the most curiosity provoking to me of all these things so far, between Bermuda Triangle, Mothman, Bigfoot, Nazca, and Stonehenge, would probably have to be the Nazca lines and the Mothman. We might think Bermuda Triangle, sure, but I think we've pretty much already explained all the reasons why these things are happening. And yeah, Bermuda Triangle. You could say it's something supernatural, and perhaps imagine with the fog kinds of thing. That's what causes me to think, oh, something sinister is going on. But it's just it just is not an area we want to be in if you're flying a plane or on a ship. So I'm gonna go with more of the scientific natural route, probably with Bermuda Triangle. Mostly, yeah, those reasons. But yeah, the Nazca lines, Mothman, Bermuda. Nazca lines and Mothman. So again, Mothman, I feel like it's kind of demonic, and the Nazca lines are just very curiosity provoking regarding the folks that lived in Peru in ancient times and what they believed and everything. So, Easter Island, the last thing. We already covered Stonehenge. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Easter Island. Actually, let's see here. So you got all these big heads that are in Easter Island, which is an island off some ways off the west coast of Chile in South America, South Pacific, but quite a bit in the middle of nowhere. Again, this is not Polynesia. It's not too far from Polynesia, but it's on its own, basically. So, again, I'll send you guys all the websites and everything here. This is a great little web page here. Essentially, what's going on here, though, is that when these things are made, kind of like the Nazca lines, they were made for kind of spiritual reasons or religious reasons. And I think it was probably some more or less Polynesian-ish folks, American Indian Polynesian-ish folks that made these. But they were essentially to watch over, I think, people that were on the island to protect them, as well as the ones facing out were to help people be able to make it to the island safely. So I kind of see this as actually more of a good thing. Something angelic, right? Something nice and good. I know that, of course, there's a funny, wacky video game made way back. I don't know, Elf Bowling. And I think they have some of these guys, heads from Easter Island. So I recommend playing Elf Bowling. It's just kind of a little bit, I wouldn't say lowbrow necessarily, but it's, yeah. Anyway, kind of quirky, funny. Anyway, I'm going to. There's a lot of other kinds of topics in this arena that I'm going to save for other videos. This one's already going into half hour, so leave me your thoughts and comments below, by all means, about these subjects involving the Bermuda. Oh boy, I can't talk right now. The Bermuda Triangle, Mothman, Bigfoot, the Nazca Lines, Stonehenge, and Easter Island. All right, I will catch you guys later. Thanks.